America's national parks, a testament to nature's grandeur and mystery. But within these magnificent landscapes lie stories that baffle and intrigue. Today, we delve into the enigmatic tales of disappearances and unexplained events that have occurred within these protected lands. We'll explore the Grand Canyon National Park, a vast expanse of rugged beauty that has been the site of numerous unexplained vanishings. From hikers who set out on popular trails never to return, to mysterious accounts of those who seem to have vanished into thin air, the canyon holds many secrets in its depths. We'll venture into the Rocky Mountain National Park. Here, the story of Alfred Beilhartz, a young boy who disappeared in 1938, continues to haunt the park. Despite extensive searches, no trace of him was ever found, leaving a lingering mystery in these serene but deceptive mountains. Finally, we take to the skies to recount the perplexing tale of Flight 19. 5 military bombers vanished over the Bermuda Triangle in 1945, a region notorious for mysterious disappearances. Despite being far from a national park, this story echoes the same theme of inexplicable loss and enduring mystery. These stories, set against the backdrop of America's natural wonders, remind us of the vastness and the mysteries that our national parks hold. Join us as we unravel these mysteries, seeking answers that have eluded many for decades. Welcome to part 1 of our journey through the mysteries of America's national parks. This is Haunted Authentic. Alfred Edwin Beilhartz's disappearance is a mystifying case that occurred in 1938. At just 4 years old, Alfred was vacationing with his family at the Rocky Mountain National Park in Colorado. The family from Denver was staying at the park's camping grounds, enjoying the natural beauty of the area. On July 2, 1938, the day of his disappearance, Alfred was with his family near the Roaring and Fall rivers. The family was reportedly splitting their time between these two rivers, which are known for their fast-moving waters. According to reports, Alfred was last seen around the Fall River by family members. He was last seen on a trail near the Fall River, accompanied by his parents and siblings. The disappearance was noticed when the family regrouped to return to their campsite. Alfred was not with the other children. Immediately, a search ensued. The family, fellow campers, and park personnel combed the nearby areas, but there was no sign of Alfred. As the search continued, it escalated into one of the largest in the park's history. Over the next few days, hundreds of people, including the National Park Service employees, CCC, Civilian Conservation Corps, workers, and volunteers, joined the effort. They scoured the rugged terrain, rivers, and dense forests for 10 days. Despite the extensive search, no trace of Alfred was found. In November 1938, a ransom note was sent to the Beilhartz family, demanding $500 for Alfred's return. However, after identifying 2 suspects, authorities were never able to hold anyone, and the note was eventually deemed a hoax. Theories about his disappearance ranged from him accidentally falling into the river and being swept away, to getting lost in the wilderness, or even an unlikely animal attack. However, no evidence supporting any of these theories was ever found. The search was eventually scaled down and then called off. Years after his disappearance, his family held on to hope that he would be returned safely to them. Alfred's disappearance remains unsolved, leaving it as one of the most enduring mysteries in the history of Rocky Mountain National Park. The disappearance of Glen and Bessie Hyde is a compelling and enduring mystery that dates back to 1928. The young couple, newlyweds at the time, embarked on a daring honeymoon adventure to navigate the Colorado River through the Grand Canyon, a feat not commonly attempted in those days, especially by those with limited river running experience. Glen, age 28, and Bessie, age 22, began their river journey in Green River, Utah in October 1928. Their plan was to travel down the Green and Colorado rivers in a homemade wooden sweep scow, a type of flat-bottomed boat. Glen was an experienced outdoorsman with some river experience, but Bessie was new to such adventures. Their goal was not just to complete the journey, but to set a record for the fastest trip down the river and to make Bessie the first woman to complete this treacherous journey. Their last known contact was on November 18, 1928, when they were seen by another boater, Adolf Sutro, at Hermit's Rest. Sutro noted that they seemed in good spirits and determined to complete their journey. However, the Hydes never reached their destination at Needles, California, and they were reported missing. In December 1928, their scow was found drifting in the river, fully intact, near Diamond Creek in the Grand Canyon. Inside the boat were their supplies and all of their personal belongings, including Bessie's diary, camera, and clothing. The boat showed no signs of capsizing or distress, which deepened the mystery. Several theories have been proposed to explain their disappearance. The most widely accepted theory is that one or both of the Hydes drowned in the turbulent waters of the Colorado River. However, the intact condition of their boat casts some doubt on this theory. Speculations of foul play have surfaced, including rumors that they met with an unsavory end at the hands of river pirates or other criminals. However, there is no concrete evidence to support this theory. The rugged and remote terrain of the Grand Canyon could have led to one or both of them suffering an accidental fall or fatal injury, leading to their disappearance. Despite extensive searches and investigations, no conclusive evidence has ever been found to determine the fate of Glen and Bessie Hyde. Their disappearance remains one of the greatest mysteries of the Grand Canyon, captivating adventurers, historians, and mystery enthusiasts for decades. The disappearance of Paul Fugate, a dedicated National Park Service ranger, is a perplexing case that has remained unsolved since 1980. On January 13, 1980, Fugate, then 41 years old, was working at the Chiricahua National Monument in southeastern Arizona. Known for his commitment and love for his job, Fugate set out on what seemed like a routine patrol. He informed his colleagues at the visitor center that he was going to check some trails and expected to return by 4:30 p.m. Notably, he left behind his wallet and other personal belongings, indicating his intention to return. Dressed in his ranger uniform, Fugate ventured out, but he never came back, and this was the last confirmed sighting of him. As the day wore on and Fugate failed to return, concerns grew, and a search operation was quickly organized. The search, involving park personnel, local law enforcement, and eventually federal agencies, combed through the trails and rugged terrains of the Chiricahua National Monument. Despite extensive efforts, no trace of Fugate was found, no clues in the vast wilderness that could explain his sudden and mysterious disappearance. The investigation into his disappearance considered various possibilities. One theory suggested that he might have met with an accident or suffered a medical emergency while on the trail. However, the complete absence of any physical evidence, like his body or pieces of his uniform, rendered this theory inconclusive. Another prevailing theory was foul play, spurred by unconfirmed sightings of Fugate in a pickup truck with an unidentified individual on the day he vanished. Yet, this lead, like others, failed to materialize into concrete evidence. Some even speculated about the possibility of Fugate voluntarily disappearing, but this was strongly disputed by those who knew him, emphasizing his dedication to his work and lack of personal troubles that might drive such a decision. Over the years, Fugate's case has become a haunting enigma in the National Park Service history. Despite various leads and extensive investigations, his fate remains an unsolved mystery, leaving a lingering question about what really happened to the ranger who simply vanished on a clear January day in 1980. Flight 19, a group of 5 TBM Avenger torpedo bombers, vanished over the Bermuda Triangle on December 5, 1945, in one of the most famous aviation mysteries. This disappearance occurred during a routine training mission for the United States Navy, originating from the Naval Air Station Fort Lauderdale, Florida. The flight was led by Lieutenant Charles Carroll Taylor. The detailed account of Flight 19's disappearance is as follows. The mission, designated as Navigation Problem, was a 3-hour exercise consisting of 3 legs. The first leg was an eastward flight from the Florida coast to the Hens and Chicken Shoals. The second was a north-northwest flight over the open sea, and the final leg was a southwest return course to complete the triangle. The flight proceeded uneventfully until the start of the second leg. It was at this point that problems began to emerge. The weather was reported as favorable, and the flight was composed of experienced pilots, including Lieutenant Taylor, who had over 2,500 flying hours. The first sign of trouble was a report from Taylor indicating his compasses were malfunctioning. Confusingly, Taylor also reported that he believed his squadron was over the Florida Keys, far off the planned course. This was unlikely given the flight plan and fuel range of the Avengers. The communications between Flight 19 and the base, and between the aircraft themselves, depicted a situation of growing confusion and disorientation. Excerpts from the flight log recordings indicate Taylor's uncertainty about their position and direction. At one point, he is recorded as saying, "Both my compasses are out, and I'm trying to find Fort Lauderdale, Florida. I am over land, but it's broken. I'm sure I'm in the Keys, but I don't know how far down." Ground stations attempted to triangulate the position of the flight based on the transmissions, but poor signal quality made this difficult. Instructions were given to fly west or to follow the sun to set a course for Florida. The last communications with Flight 19 suggested that Taylor was still confused about their position. The weather had deteriorated and night was approaching. The final transmission from Flight 19 was a fractured message, indicating an intention to ditch the aircraft due to low fuel. When Flight 19 did not return, a massive search operation was launched. A PBM Mariner flying boat, designated as Training 49, was sent out to find them but also disappeared, later presumed to have exploded mid-air. Despite one of the largest air and sea searches of the time, no trace of Flight 19 or the rescue plane was found. The disappearance of Flight 19 over the Bermuda Triangle fueled numerous theories, ranging from navigational errors, disorientation, and mechanical failure to more speculative ideas like magnetic anomalies, weather phenomena, or even extraterrestrial activity. However, the exact fate of Flight 19 remains one of the great unsolved mysteries of aviation history. Thank you for watching Part 1 of our special presentation on mysteries of America's national parks. Please consider subscribing to the channel and turning notifications on so you can be alerted when the second part of our national park feature is released. Location and topic suggestions are always welcome at hauntedautthentic@gmail.com.